Hey guys, it's Alina with Awaken Catholic, and this is Awaken the Saint. One of the greatest gems of our church are the early saints who communicated with the actual apostles and their first wave of students. Today we celebrate the feast of Saint Ireneaus, Bishop of Lyons. He was born only 100 years after Christ's death and witnessed sermons from Saint Polycarp himself, who was taught by the Apostle John, one of the 12 disciples. Ireneaus was a prolific author and defender of the early church. His writings are still studied and revered to this very day, and continue to prove that the Catholic Church was well established in both ritual and form, even as early as 150 years after Christ's resurrection. Saint Irenaeus especially enjoyed proving the Gnostics wrong. The Gnostics believed there was a secret knowledge passed down from Jesus and only a few of the disciples, and many of their ideologies clearly went against Christ's teachings. Irenaeus' zeal to keep the church united as one is something we desperately need today. And I quote, "The church, having received this preaching and this faith, although scattered throughout the whole world, yet as if occupying but one house carefully preserves it. She also believes these points of doctrine just as if she had been one soul and one in the same heart, and she proclaims them and teaches them and hands them down with perfect harmony, as if she possessed only one mouth. For although the languages of the world are dissimilar, the import of the tradition is one and the same. For the churches which have been planted in Germany do not believe or hand down anything different, nor do those in Spain, nor those in Egypt, nor those in Libya, nor those which have been established in the central regions of the world. We are one heart and soul. We Christians were not ever meant to be divided. Being a convert myself, this subject strikes deeply in my own heart. I feel the separation of Catholics and Protestants like a kid living in a divorced home. Saint Irenaeus says, "Error never shows itself in its naked reality in order not to be discovered. On the contrary, it dresses elegantly, so that the unwary may be led to believe that it is more truthful than truth itself." Such a great quote. We must not allow ourselves to be deceived by the frilly language of our secular society. Even if it's coming from a priest or a bishop or layperson who is Catholic, if what they're preaching or living doesn't match up to what Christ and his church has established for centuries, it's probably a fallacy needing to be challenged. I highly recommend reading some of Saint Irenaeus' works and drenching yourself in the writings of the early saints. It's so encouraging to read the words of a mentor who was alive during the days of the early church, just one saint away from Christ himself. Saint Irenaeus of Lyons, ora pro nobis.